to call this meeting to order. It is 6:30 on May 28th. This is a meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Can I get a motion to open?
Make a motion that we open the meeting.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. First order of business is we do have the meeting minutes from April 16th, and actually it's the five of us who were present at that meeting, so I don't know if you've had a chance to look over the meeting minutes for April 16th. If there's any questions, or if we can get a motion to approve them as printed.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, so moved. We'll handle any new cases at the end of the meeting. We're going to jump right into the first case under new business, case number 2024.05.28A, case of Wendy and Alexander Barrows of 23 Morses Lane will petition the board to convert a one-family house to a two-family dwelling on a lot with a minimum of 3,000 square foot. The request is being made under the provisions of section 3.34B4. Is Mr. or Mrs. Barrows here?
I am.
You have the floor and the podium.
30,000.
You know, you might have said 3. Did you say 3 and you had 30? Is that what you said?
Did I?
Yeah. It's 30,000.
30,000 square feet lot. Oh, I'm sorry, 30,000 square foot lot. I stand corrected, just misread that. But, yeah, the lot says for 30,000 or more, which I do believe they have. So,
Alexander Barrows, homeowner of 23 Morses Lane in Acushnet, 2743. Been there for about 15 years, just looking to add on a in-law suite for my mom. I think the total square footage is about 900.
okay, I don't know if the building department explained it to you, or if you've looked at the bylaws, but construction of a two-family is not allowed in town. What you can do is convert one, and that's what you've applied for, but your plans show you're constructing. The bylaws clearly state the conversion of a one-family house, which has been in existence for 2 years or longer, to a two-family is allowed by special permit of the Board of Appeals. But you're not supposed to be, you're supposed to just be altering the home, not constructing the additional dwelling or unit.
He's asking for an in-law apartment,
Well,
which is.
yes and no, because
two-family.
he's not applying for an in-law. The in-laws are different. You can construct the in-law. But
Right.
with the in-law, you're short on space. You're only allowed to build to 25%.
Yeah,
Right.
So that you can do. You can build a building 25% of what you have now and have an accessory structure. But the conversion from a single family to a two-family is within the construction that exists. So
You can't add on to it?
you can't add on to it. I'm not telling you can't put an addition on your house. You can, but you can't put an addition on your house to add a dwelling unit.
Why is the building inspector just putting this in this,
Well,
directing us this way?
I'm not sure if there was miscommunication between you, or if you just got
Because I had
misinterpreted it.
I had asked him, should we go with an accessory building? He says, no, you're better off going this way.
Okay. Well, the accessory building, they're two different kind of animals. One, you're very restricted to the size of the two units. Like, let's say you have a colonial, and it's got 2,000 square foot per floor, it's a 4,000 square foot home or something. You could, like, keep the house just the way it is, and use the first floor as one unit, second floor as another, and say add a bathroom or a kitchen, or, you know, and add the services you need to split up your electrical in that.
Then it becomes a tenement house.
Well, that's what you're asking for, is a tenement house, a two-family. That's exactly what you asked for, is a two-family. The in-law setup is very restrictive on the size. It's limited to 25%. So that's,
Which is square.
25% of the existing
Yeah,
building,
existing.
Square feet
which
right
is
now.
So-
1,800, 1,900.
that's what you have now.
So you're.
So you could have a 450 square
Right.
foot
Which is tiny.
thing,
Right.
yeah. The town doesn't want two families. So the laws are written so that you can get what you want, which is to add an in-law apartment, but not to the extent where it's a whole two-family and you're trying to have something that later down the road can be rented, you can bring other families into, have two families of kids in the house. That puts a burden on the town, and quite frankly, if two families were allowed, most of us would put an addition on the house and have somebody in it. The reason now we, get rid of a lot of our tax bill and, share the bills type of thing.
25%, can the 400, or can the square footage of the new addition add to that?
Again, not really if it's not already there.
I go by a house every day on Middle Road. They
Okay,
just put a whole addition on for a family.
okay. I'm not sure of the one
Yeah,
on,
It's
We did it-
right on
we did it-
Middle
We
Road.
did it last year, I did the job.
okay,
It was on Middle Road, 188 Middle Road.
It's a whole addition.
We put a whole addition on. With a bathroom, kitchen, aware.
okay.
It's a
It's,
two-family.
yeah.
Are they, you put it on, did they comply with the 25%?
No, I don't know what they did, I didn't come to the meeting, I had nothing to do with this portion of it.
I can't tell you what somebody did without our knowledge. I can tell you that if
It's a big
we,
addition, Bob.
if
It's
we
not a
pass-
small addition.
It's for a whole family.
It's a big addition.
This is just gonna be for me.
I believe you're talking 188.
Across from
I
White's?
believe you're
Yes,
talking
sir.
about over by White's.
Right, well,
Yes.
So I forget.
So I know the home.
Yeah.
They have a fairly big home. They put an addition on the home and added space for an in-law.
Yeah, it's a full house, it's got a
full
bathroom,
house.
kitchen, bedroom.
Correct, but
It's a whole
they-
unit.
With kids.
It's a whole
There's
unit.
gotta be 2 or 3 bedrooms in
If
there.
it came through here, it complied with the 25%.
I can't remember.
more
I
than
remember the
25.
case. I remember approving
Yeah.
it.
It's more than 25%.
But it was like a year and a half ago, I want to
No,
say.
they just finished it.
Well, I know, but I think we
No, it
approved
takes
it a
to
year
go
and a
through
half.
us.
Yeah.
And they have a year to build, so it could have been
Yeah.
2 years ago. But I can't remember the details, but I can't remember how much of it was new. Did they convert some part of it?
No,
I
they
can't remember.
moved the garage. There was a garage on the house.
Yes, I know that
They
was.
took the garage off and moved it aside, and that's where they put the addition. Because I know the people that live there.
Yeah, I can't remember it's been a while,
Is
like,
that the one right on the corner of Hamlin?
yeah.
Yes,
kinda.
yeah,
Yes.
right.
It's one
Right
over.
there,
Yeah.
It's one
yeah.
over from that, but I
Yeah.
can't remember all the specifics.
It's
I
no
probably-
different than what they want to do. No different.
Well, I don't know about that. I'd have to go
And I'm
back and look
pretty
at my
sure it's
plans. I keep them
small
all,
because
and
they
I
got
could go
kids
back
in
and
there.
look at them. We have records of it.
I don't know what you built, and I don't have the plans in front of me. The plans for us to approve it would have had to been with the part that is used for the in-law is 25% of the rest.
And their dwelling
And
is
that you
further
can,
smaller.
and that, as you said, you can build. With the in-law apartment, there's no problem with constructing it and then getting the thing. There's no 2-year delay, there's no conversion, you can construct it. But it does have to meet the 25%. And that you could get a small variance, we've done them for like 30%, but very small.
There isn't a waiver, I can't get a waiver? I can't apply for a waiver?
Well, that's what you're applying for.
Okay.
You're applying for a special permit, but we have guidelines for it.
So if they put an addition on, they can't just can they put a bedrooms with bathroom?
Correct.
But they can't put a kitchen in.
No, you can have 2 kitchens, that's an in-law apartment. You can have a full apartment.
It'd only be
You
400
guys
square
can do a
feet.
full apartment too.
400,
But it can only-
400 square foot.
I put in
Oh.
the house I just moved out of, I put an in-law apartment. It's in Fairhaven.
Okay,
I put an in-law apartment, 440 square feet.
okay.
For one person. A tiny, tiny bathroom, a semi-kitchen.
Yep.
It's not even a kitchen. A bedroom where she can only put a twin bed and 1 bureau in. And that's it.
Yeah.
It's 450.
And you can do that, and you can do that.
I
And this,
I can't live in a place like that.
well, you
That's-
can increase the square footage of the home also. There's not an issue, we're not limiting the size of your home. We just limit the comparability. You have to have the house has to be, or the dwelling unit that you're adding, the accessory can only be 25% of the house.
And you can't add the 450 to the 18. It has to be.
Yeah, you're probably not far off, but it's gotta be there. You've gotta build it and then come in for the accessory. If it's not there, I mean, if it's there on paper, I guess we're good with it as well. But yes, it's 25%. So now let's just say you're at 18 and you were looking for 500, that'd be 23. The quarter of that might be 550. So there might be a little bit more you can get out of it.
Yeah,
Again, the building department, does the math for us on that.
Right.
And lets us know that, yes, it complies with 25% or no, it doesn't. As long as it complies, it is just just like you're asking for today, a special permit. It's not a variance, it's not hard to get, but it does have to comply within the guidelines, just like the two-family. The guidelines for the two-family say the conversion of a one-family house, which has been in existence for 2 years or longer, to a two-family is allowed by special permit. This isn't something that's there.
Do you have the exact numbers for square footage on my residence in front of you?
If it's on your plan, I do, or if you put it on we don't have your building permit application. We only have the application.
Is that including the garage?
No, living area,
Yeah, it says 2,072 square feet, right on there.
2,072.
Right on.
On the application, it says 2,072, so 500. But let's just say that you increased it by the 500, that would roughly give you 125 more, so somewhere around the 600 square foot. And what is the size of the addition you're looking for?
910 square feet.
900, so you're about 1.5 times. If you were, a few feet over, we could do a variance and a special permit,
Yeah.
but not for 50% more.
25% more, 2072 is 518. Just to have an idea what the 25% is, 518 if it's 2072.
So what we can do upon your request, we don't tell you what to do, we're here for you. We can continue it if you want, so you don't have to start from scratch. We can dismiss it, so you can just, like you were never here. We can deny it because it doesn't fit the thing, or you can request a continuance and you can alter your plans with the help of the building department that make it fit within the guidelines of the in-law apartment versus the two-family conversion.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
We were gonna put a hallway, so that way we wouldn't be sharing a wall.
That
A hallway
would be part of the dwelling, certainly. Yep. If you're both using that,
So then
you
that
can,
brings it to 900.
you can certainly, but you can add that to the
Square footage.
square footage of the home instead of to your,
Home.
Okay.
yeah, that actually helps you.
So
Yeah,
all you
if
have
that
to-
was,
So all I have to do is say, all they have to do is say, we're gonna pay to put a hallway, and that's it?
well, you have to show us the plans of what you're going to build, and it has to comply with the
I
25%.
have them at home.
Well, they don't right now, we already know they don't.
No, they don't apply that.
I'm telling you, if you'd like to continue this and make your plans comply for the 25% and change it to a in-law apartment versus a two-family, I don't think we have a problem approaching it that way. Because it's in this, as far as I'm concerned, it's in the same characteristics of what we're here for. Everybody, I don't see any abutters here, but if they were, they would get what we're doing. We're not trying to circumvent anyone from coming in. The difference between the two-family or the in-law apartment, I think it's less intrusive, so I don't have a problem allowing you to continue if you want to try to work the plans out to make it work. Or you can just ask us to dismiss without any prejudice, and you can come back when you're ready. But that's, if you do that, you have to reapply.
Continue it, no, I'll continue.
You got nothing to lose. Continue
Yeah.
We have a case next month, so we're gonna be here anyways. So, you have 3 or 4 weeks to, give us a sketch of something that complies and bring it to the building department. If he tells us this falls within the 25%, we can move forward with that.
And with an accessory apartment, you have to go to Board of Health, right? Is that right?
He does with anything.
Okay.
Well, Board of Health, we're okay, it's a
Yeah.
4-bedroom system, they only have currently 3, so
Yeah.
we're good with Board of Health.
Yeah, that needs to be approved
Prior.
by the building department and separate, and, yeah. So, there's really no more steps, it's just right now, the two-family thing doesn't work in your situation. The accessory may, but not with the size of the structure you want and the plans you're submitting. But if you can shrink it down and/or add more space to the house and show us on paper that you meet the rule, we can take another look at that next month.
Okay.
So, thank you, sir. Thanks, Jerry.
I have to have you formally request an extension.
900,
Yeah.
it's 900, using this or upstairs.
Is there another issue?
No,
No,
no, that's just the square footage, yeah.
of the box.
Yeah, that doesn't include a basement.
All right.
So at this time, I'll request an continuation.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we grant them the continuation.
Second?
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. If you hang around just 1 minute, we can give you a date.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Is it to walk up?
Right. But I see you're saying, they could if they want to, that's their right. I don't know, that's a good point.
You have to add.
June 18th would be the regular third Tuesday to get back on schedule, if that's okay with everybody.
So if you put a doorway here, then that goes for that. That's
Okay,
what I'm
guys.
saying.
I'm sorry, June 18th would be the regular third Tuesday to get back on schedule.
Fine with me. June
Mr. Barrows,
Yes, ma'am.
I
6:30.
just paperwork for you to sign. If you took a sign here, then there's a duplicate underneath, you can keep one, and then I'll file one with the clerk.
Yeah, I know.
For both the Barrows and the general public, our meeting next month in June will be June 18th, same time, 6:30, and hopefully in the same room, but if it's in another room in the building, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, that is our only appointment this evening. So, we did post for executive session just to go into quickly to discuss the pending case we have. So, at this time, I guess no matter what, we should re-adjourn in open session to close after we're done. So, I'm just going to ask for a motion to suspend the open session temporarily and go into executive session.
I make a motion to suspend the open meeting and go into an executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, to do that, I need a roll call vote. Mr. White?
Yeah.
Mr. Notara? Mr. Whitehead?
Yes,
Yes.
And myself. So we are in executive session, and I just want to discuss in open session what we can discuss. And I do need a motion to reopen back into open session.
Make a motion to reopen.
Second.
session.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? So we're back in open session. I just want to say that during executive session, we did take a unanimous vote to make sure and ask that town council is representing us properly in the case before us, and that we stand behind our actions, and we as a board agree we have no wrongdoing, and ask the town and town council to support us on that and to do whatever they have to do to protect the town and this board. And we voted unanimously on that in executive session. The next thing is we just have a little bit of paperwork to clean up regarding clerk, Kara Koska. I signed as chairman on this. There was an issue with the amount of pay. I believe it has come to my attention that the pay was incorrect, dating back, I a year and a half, maybe two. We signed paperwork back then, but I guess there's problems because we didn't maybe do it as a board. I signed it as a, and I believe that all the boards signed it back then 2 years ago, but maybe we signed it without addressing it as a public vote. So you've all got the paperwork. You all know that there's a small discrepancy in the amount. You all see the amounts. I don't think we should discuss them in open session here, but again, this is based on the job description that the union provides to us. It's not something that we've made up in our head. This is what the previous clerk in the selectman's office told me was supposed to take place, based on her and the town treasurer saying that, you know, this is the according pay. I just want you guys to ratify with me that this is correct, and we need to get it corrected in the payroll office. Is there a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion to accept the correction.
Second?
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. So Kara, just, if they have any more issues, come back to us, tell us exactly what they want said, but what we'll do is I'll initial this paper here,
I have a memo.
Okay.
I'll initial it.
and we'll initial that we voted to approve it as a board, and hopefully you can get it cleared up. There is no further business other than we do have a new case pending for next month. We do have a case continued for next month. Hopefully they can get some plans and make that work for them. So the date for next month is June 18th. Unless anybody has any other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn till June 18th.
Second.
Second.
Motion a second. All in favor? We are adjourned.